So I just want to introduce the speakers. I think, Brian, you're going to go first. Regional Manager West for Bus Éireann, and 23 years working with Bus Éireann in many, many areas, and holds a master's degree in economics. And I'll let you go, Brian, speak.
Okay, thanks, Lorna. I presume you can hear me there now. I have a presentation here in front of me entitled Galway City, a Successful Bus Network. How do we continue to grow? I'm not going to go through the entire presentation, just to pick out the main points from it, but the title in itself kind of gives you an idea of where we are in Bus Éireann and Galway City at the moment, a successful bus network. And just to kind of expand on that, we changed the city network in 2012, radical overhaul. We introduced clock-face timetables, eliminated loops from the route, simplified the network, better customer information, higher frequency, and more reliability built into the system. And the net result of that, I mean, we hear an awful lot of talk about how bad congestion is and that, and it is, and I'll come to that in a minute. But you know, I like always to start off by emphasising the positive nature of what's happened here in the last 5 years. We've had a 60% increase in bus usage, passenger usage in Galway City since 2012. That is absolutely huge in public transport terms in such a short space of time. And now, how we did that was to build on the success of the 409 route. You've probably all heard of that. It's from Ayr Square out to Parkmore. It heads out through College Road and then out the Dublin Road and up through Duishka to Parkmore Industrial Estate. And I suppose the chief contributor to the success of that route, which now carries almost 1.5 million passengers per year, has been the bus lane provision on that route. 25% of that route has bus priority measures, which is significantly higher than most of the rest of the city, which I'll also come to in a moment. But it was around that model that we built as I said, the clock-face timetables, the regular frequency, increased frequency, and that's what resulted in the dramatic increase in passenger numbers. However, given as I mentioned earlier, the congestion levels that we've seen in the last 18 months or so, with the pickup in the economy and everything, we're finding it increasingly difficult to meet our targets as set by the NTA to achieve our timetables in terms of punctuality and reliability. Having said that, Galway again has the most punctual network when it comes from terminus departures in the whole country, which again is something we're very proud of here. But we're in danger of losing a lot of those great statistics because of the levels of congestion that we're experiencing. I suppose the crux of it all in what we're looking at is that 10% of the entire network is bus lane or bus priority, which obviously means that 90% isn't. And if 90% of our services are caught up in the same traffic congestion as everyone else, you can see where the issues arise. So I suppose our main mantra is to seek further bus priority measures, whether it's bus lanes, whether it's prioritised signalling at traffic lights, etc., to allow buses through faster. They're the kind of measures that we want to see brought in as quickly as possible. There are small wins there, and Galway City Council are very good at working with us. It could be something as simple as a yellow box junction in the right place to allow bus transport to get through faster and not get caught up. There was a change at the top of Duishka Road in terms of the right of way, which has allowed some of our buses to get through quicker. They were getting caught very badly at the Briar Hill Junction. And just to kind of emphasise what kind of issues we're looking at, during peak hours we've experienced bus speeds of 4 kilometres an hour between significant sections of the 409 route. As you can imagine, you could walk faster than that. So the success, as I said, of Galway City services over the past 5 years has been based on punctuality, reliability in that the services do actually operate, but also a certain level of guaranteed journey time, which is our ability to deliver that is being diminished all the time with the levels of congestion that we see at the moment. So all in all, I suppose, in terms of improvement, increased bus priority obviously means giving over more road space to public transport. They're the kind of sacrifices we have to make. It's not always the most popular decision, But if we want to free up Galway City and free traffic up and get people moving around much faster and more simply, they're, as I say, the sacrifices we have to make. We welcome the city centre traffic management plan as is being proposed by Galway City Council in conjunction with the NTA, and they have ARAPs working as the consultants on that. That will provide a quality bus corridor from the west side of Seamus Quirk Road through the hospital, down through past the university into Eyre Square, out College Road, and linking up with the bus lanes on the Dublin Road. That's going to be highly beneficial to helping us to achieve the level of punctuality and reliability that we need to have. And it will also benefit other operators other than ourselves, whether it's private operators operating out of the coach station, etc. It's going to be a great improvement for all of them. One thing we found that worked very well in the last number of years, almost by accident, was when the Loch Italia bridge works were being done. And there was a one-way system coming in Loch Italia and out College Road, and the other lane was given over to bus priority, and our services never ran as well. And also we found that talking to some of our counterparts in the private side of bus transport, that it hugely benefited them as well. Now I know that isn't part of the plan for the city centre traffic management, but there is a bus gate proposed for College Road which should deliver the same kind of results. Just moving on from that then, I've mentioned the traffic speeds and the bus priority. I just want to finish up on what we've been looking at over the past 10 years in Bus Éireann is a concept called bus rapid transit. You may have heard of it before or not. It's effectively a Lewis on tyres. It's something we would advocate in that you can build it incrementally. As I said, the 409 is a hugely successful route. It has 25% priority on it now. It would be a matter of increasing that level of priority, improving the bus stop infrastructure, we'll say, so that effectively every bus stop could become a mini station with ticketing, with real-time information, etc., and shelter, obviously, of course. You then build up with higher quality vehicles, which we're seeing coming on stream at the moment, the double decks. We'll have ones with centre doors coming online later this year, and eventually you can build up to a level where the vehicle itself resembles something like a Lewis tram, except that it's obviously on tyres. The costs in terms of developing that are hugely impressive. You know, they're a fraction. I think it's a 1% operating cost versus infrastructure cost versus the likes of light rail, etc. So it gives the opportunity as well to prove the concept. If you do want to go for a light rail system eventually, you can build a critical mass. You can prove that the concept works, and then you can start laying the tracks, which is the hugely costly side of things. But up until then, this is a very cheap alternative that can be built incrementally. I'll just finish on one final topic which we've been involved with over the past number of years as well, both in Galway but also in Cork City, is the park and ride concept. At the moment we're looking at building park and ride sites maybe into the existing network of bus services, as opposed to having a dedicated park and ride service. That's step one. When the outer city bypass presumably is built, you know, there would be opportunities there at each junction where it intersects with, for example, the Dublin Road or the Tuam Road, Moycullen Road, etc. They're intersection points where you could have a park and ride facility which would allow easy access to the city centre with high frequency services. As I said, we have a hugely successful service in Cork for the past 15 years. We've also operated Christmas Park and Ride here in Galway, which has been very successful on behalf of Galway City Council, and also during the Volvo Ocean Race and events like that. And we see also the shuttle service we operate for Galway races. These are all transport initiatives that help to move people much more freely and much more simply throughout the city, and we would advocate increasing that level of service. Thanks.